Hello, I have a special story to read you today. This is called From Far Away. It's by Robert Munsch and by Saoussan Askar, and the art is by Rebecca Green. Look at her. How do you think she's feeling? Dear Reading Buddy, my name is Saoussan. I am 7 years old and I am in grade 2 now. I came from far away. The place we used to live was very nice, but then a war started. There's no food, my father said. We are getting shot at, my mother said. Bombs made holes in the wall. One day a really big boom made our roof fall in. We have to leave, my mother and father said. Look. And look at their poor house. So in some places, in some countries, there are wars where people fight, and sometimes they fight over land or money or all different things. And it can be not safe to live there. And so look, they didn't have any food, and they were worried about getting hurt, and then their house fell down. And so they left to be safe. It was probably hard for them to leave because they loved where they lived. And she said it was very nice, but they wanted to be safe. My father left first and was gone for a long time. Then a letter came with plane tickets to a new country. I didn't like the plane. It made me sick, and no one wanted to sit near me. Look. So her dad went first and then sent back plane tickets for her and her mom. She said she didn't like the plane. They had to go by themselves to the new country. How would you feel? In the new country, my father took me to school and left me there. He said, be good and listen to your teacher. I listened to my teacher, only I didn't know what she was saying because she did not talk right. See the question mark? It's a whole new country and people speak the different language. Right now I'm speaking English, and you might understand English, but you might know another language. And sometimes if you move like that, if there's a war and you have to leave in a hurry, you don't have time to learn the new language, so you don't know what people are saying. What would that be like if you didn't know what anyone was saying to you? Other kids tried to talk to me, but I was not able to answer. I didn't speak English. They're trying to be really nice, but they don't know how to say. I had a buddy who showed me the school and played with me at recess, but she didn't understand when I tried to teach her a rock game I knew from back home. So look, she's trying to play and teach her friend, but they don't understand each other. That must be very hard. At first, I didn't know how to say I want to go to the bathroom. So I crawled out the door when the teacher wasn't looking, and when I came back, I waited outside the door until someone opened it. And then I crawled back to my desk. So if you're in school, you probably know if you have to go to the bathroom, you just raise your hand and ask, but she didn't know that. It would be really hard to go to school when you don't know how to ask, to go to the bathroom and you don't know the rules. Once I crawled to the bathroom and I saw a paper skeleton in the hallway, only I did not know what it was. I thought the skeleton was evil. I thought that people were going to start shooting each other here, and I screamed a very good scream. Ah! Look, she's never seen it before, and it scared her. Everybody came running. They thought that someone was being killed in the bathroom. My teacher tried to tell me that the skeleton wasn't real. It was made of paper, and it was going to be used in the school play. I didn't understand. She jumped up and down and danced around to explain that the play was just for fun, but I thought the skeleton made her crazy, and I screamed louder. Ah! I told her it's just for fun. Oh, and look at some of the other kids. They might think it's funny that their teacher's doing that, but they don't know how to tell her either. The teacher's trying to say, it's just silly, it's just fun, but she doesn't understand. My teacher hugged me just like my mother would. I didn't know how to say I'm so scared, but the big tear that went out of my eye said it for me. Oh. Look, they realized that the teacher jumping and being funny wasn't helping, but she gave her a nice hug. Sometimes if we don't know the words or don't understand, the hug can help us to feel better. I decided that the whole school was crazy and I did not want to stay there. But my father said I had to. And he said that people here are not going to start shooting each other. She was worried that what if it happens like it did back home in her first country? But he's telling her that they're safe here. Because he and her dad and her, they speak the same language, so he can understand. I had bad dreams about skeletons for a long time after that. But finally I began to talk, little by little. I learned enough English to make friends, and school started to be fun. It can take a long time to learn a new language. And it can be hard, but look, they're working with her, they're talking and making friends. Now I am in grade 2, and I am the best reader and speller in the class. I read and write a lot of stories. The teacher is now complaining that I'm never quiet. Look, everyone's reading and she's going talk, 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 talk. She's learned a lot of English. So far, my favorite part of grade 2 is the trip our class took to the zoo. We got to see the pandas and monkeys and eat pizza, and nobody shot at us the whole time. So even though she's in grade 2 and she's been in her new country for a while, she still kind of worries, and that's normal. If you live in a place that's dangerous like that, or in a place where you're scared a lot, it can take a long time to feel safe, and that's okay. I decided that my country is a nice place. I changed my name from Saoussan to Susan, but my mother told me to change it back. Look, I see on her backpack she crossed it out and wrote Susan, and then they had to cross that out. So she kind of decides, well, maybe I want a different name for a new country. And her mom said, no, your name's important. You have to change it back. You may feel like that if you have a name that's different from your friends, but the name that you have is so special and important. My teacher moved from our school. I saw her in the mall once and ran to her and hugged her. She was my first teacher in this country, and she helped me a lot. Aww. This says, where are you from, reading buddy? Where are you from? What country do you live in? And maybe you're the first kid in your family to live in that country. Maybe your parents are from here, but maybe your parents are from somewhere else. Maybe your grandparents are from somewhere else. It can be fun to talk to your family members and learn about where your family comes from. And look, this is a note from Saoussan. That was her when she first moved, and she helped to write this story. It says that this story was published when she was at school in Toronto, which is in Canada. And now she's grown up and she went to college and she loves to read still, and she has learned lots of languages. She knows English and she knows French and she knows German and she's learning Hebrew. And she wants to take a trip around the world. So she didn't write this when she was very young, but she wrote this book. She helped write it when she was in 5th grade, which is about, I think, maybe 10 years old. I love this story because it shows that it can be hard when someone doesn't understand you and when you move somewhere, but that it's okay. It's okay to be scared, to be sad, but people will try to help you. I loved reading this story to you. I'll talk to you later.